diplomasi dengan kasus posisi sebuah pandemi global baru menyebar ke berbagai benua. Virus COVID-25 kembali melanda berbagai negara. Atas dasar untuk menanggulangi penyebaran dan pencegahan virus tersebut, WHO bersama sektor publik swasta yaitu Sinovac Biotech Ltd berhasil mengembangkan vaksin yang sangat efektif. Namun, distribusi vaksin menimbulkan kontroversi. Sinovac Biotech Ltd menuntut perlindungan paten dan harga tinggi demi menutup biaya riset. Sementara itu, Gavi dan NGO menekankan akses vaksin sebagai hak asasi manusia, khususnya bagi negara miskin. Peking Union Medical College Hospital dituduh menimbun pasokan, dan UN Human Rights Council menyoroti pentingnya menyeimbangkan hak kekayaan intelektual dengan hak atas kesehatan, merujuk pada Doha Declaration on Trips and Public Health. Etik Profesor dari Oxford University hadir untuk memberikan pendapat mengenai inovasi vaksin pada bidang kesehatan dan keadilan, terutama dalam pendistribusian vaksin COVID-25. Di sisi lain, untuk mengawal jalannya negosiasi ini, jurnalis dari CNN hadir untuk menekan opini-opini bagi para pihak agar tersalurkan melalui media publik. Selanjutnya adalah fase perkenalan. Perkenalkan, saya Ahmad Ma'ruf Mohemi dengan NIM E1A022048. Saya di sini berperan sebagai WHO.
Oke, perkenalkan, nama saya Syafira Putri Zainandi dengan NIM E1A022166. Saya di sini berperan sebagai NGO Public Health.
Baik, perkenalkan, nama saya Ganindia Putri Pratiwi dengan NIM S1A022212. Di sini saya berperan sebagai Gavi.
Ya, sebelumnya perkenalkan, nama saya Muhammad Sofyan Jamil dengan NIM S1A022040 dan pada kesempatan kali ini saya berperan sebagai perwakilan dari United Nations of Human Rights Council.
Baik, perkenalkan, nama saya Sultani Maduddin Abdurrahim dengan NIM S1A022188 dan saya di sini berperan sebagai Peking Union Medical College Hospital.
Baik, perkenalkan, nama saya Putri Alin dengan NIM S1A022050. Saya di sini berperan sebagai CEO Biotech Sinovac.
Baik, perkenalkan, saya Sonia Emilia Putri dengan NIM S1A022152. Di sini saya berperan sebagai profesor etik dari Universitas Oxford dan jurnalis CNN.
Everyone, please take a seat. Okay, thank you to all parties. We are here today to discuss the urgent issue of COVID-25 vaccine distribution. Our goal is to ensure fighting while safeguarding global health, security, and respecting international community. We now invite each party to deliver their opening statement so we can move toward a constructive solution. Sinovac Biotech, please welcome.
Thank you, WHO. Let me introduce myself. I am the CEO of Sinovac Biotech. We appreciate the recognition of our efforts. Developing this highly effective vaccine requires years of research and massive investment. Therefore, we affirm that patent protection and fair pricing are crucial to sustain innovation. Without these quantities, future medical breakthroughs could be at risk.
Thank you, please welcome.
Thank you, WHO. I'm from Gavi. We acknowledge Sinovac contribution, but vaccine must not become a privilege for the wealthy alone. Access to life-saving medicine is a human right. Excessively high price risk leaving low-income countries behind, widening inequality and undermining global health security.
NGO, please welcome.
Thank you, WHO. I'm from NGO Public Health. Our concern is simple. Lives are at stake. Every delay in fair distribution means more death. We are the parties to place humanity above profit. Justice demands that vaccine be made available to everyone, regardless of economies.
Thank you, Will. The accusation against our institution are unfounded. Our priority is assuring adequate supply for national needs. Claims of vaccine hoarding are exaggerated and do not reflect our true role in this crisis.
Thank you,
Okay, thank you for WHO. So let me introduce myself. I'm from the United Nations of Human Rights Council, and my statement is we remind all parties that international law, including the Doha Declaration on TRIPS and public health, so this stresses the balance between intellectual property rights and the right to health. So the human dignity requires that access to essential medicines must never be denied. Thank you.
Thank you. Professor.
Thank you for your help. History shows that goods demand moral quality. Innovation must indeed be rewarded, but never at the expense of justice. True progress lies in a middle ground that respects the human right and scientific achievement.
Thank you, Professor. Okay. Thank you to all parties for your honest statements. Clear that each has legitimate interests and important perspective. Our task now is to find common ground with solutions that only protects innovation but also guarantee for access for all. Let us now proceed the negotiation. Sinova, please take your hand.
Thank you. We have worked hard to develop this vaccine. Our research crossed millions of dollars. Not a small amount. Patent protection is not only our right but also the mechanism to keep innovation alive. If everyone demands free relations, what will happen to the future of global health research?
Thank you. The future of research cannot be used as an excuse to sacrifice millions of lives today. Vaccines are an urgent need, not ordinary merchandise. Moreover, Sinovac research was also supported by public funding. Don't just climb costs and turn a blind eye to global contribution.
Thank you. We agree with Gavi. Much of the vaccine research was conducted with international support, directly or indirectly. That means Sinovac has a moral obligation to ensure birth access. If you keep inside on high prices, then it's clear that profit is being placed over human life.
Thank you, well. Don't shift the issue solely to price. The real fact is that rice country hoard far more than we do. We are accused of hoarding, but we are only security domestic stock. That is our duty as a national medical institution. If we don't prioritize our own people, who will?
Thank you. So the argument of the prioritizing your own people from the space of Peking hospital maybe sounds like patriotic, but in the context of a global pandemic, it is selfish. So a pandemic knows no borders. The more hoarding happens, the longer the pandemic lasts. The right to health is universal, not just for one nation or group. Thank you.
Thank you, Sinova. Time.
Universal. Who buys the researcher? Who breaks the rights of fire? We do. You are taught about finance. Would wait years, the world wouldn't have a fashion. Sure is only for we demand profit. Don't use humanity as an excuse to steal our patterns.
Devi. Time.
But did not many countries inject public fund to speed up the research? That means the outcome of the research is not purely Sinovac property. It's reasonable for the public to demand fairer access. We are not asking for free vaccine, but the price must be rational, not monopolistic.
Okay, thank you, Rehab. This issue is not only about numbers. In poor countries, even $1 can mean the difference between life and death. If prices too high, only a rich country will get vaccine. That will against health discrimination.
Speaking Union.
Thank you, well. If we are talking about discrimination, let's talk fact. Western country monopolized vaccine contract long before production. We was even finished. We only secured supply for our domestic needs. Why are we paying blame while rich countries are allowed to do the same on a much larger scale?
Thank you, Speaking Union. You are human rights.
Alright, thank you. So, because all the hoarding practices are wrong, whether by the West or by Peking hospital, the main problem remains the same: is unequal distribution of stock. And Sinovac must remember the Doha Declaration states that in a global health emergency, the right to health can override patents' right. Thank you.
Sinova.
Thank you. That is just political declaration. Without patents, There is no guarantee for sustainable research. If you keep pressuring use, we can't simply stop producing new vaccine. Are you ready to take a risk?
Okay, take your time.
Thank you. The threat only worsens Sinovac image. The world cannot depend on a single company. If Sinovac shuts its door, countries can produce generic versions. That is morally justifiable, even if it violates your patent claims.
Okay, thank you, Devi. NGO, take your time.
Okay, thank you. Exactly. Generic production is a real solution when pharmaceutical companies refuse to compromise. A pandemic is not the time to talk about market monopolies. If Sinovac remains regard, we will push for a global movement to support generic.
Taking Union, take your
Thank you,
time.
Will. Generic or not, the paper remains the same. Every country will still prioritize its own citizen. Don't assume that a production generic automatically solve distribution issue. Without a fair mechanism, five rich country we still absorb supply first.
Okay, UN human rights, take your time.
Thank you. So because all hoarding practices are wrong, whether by the West or by the Peking hospital, the main problem remains the same. That is precisely why we need strict global regulation. But unfortunately, every side keeps closing its ears. Sinovac obsesses over profits. Gavi talks about the price, but lacks enforcement power. And the Peking hospital defends itself with nationalism. And NGO push from the moral side. So I think everyone is being suborned.
Thank you, Sinovac.
Thank you. We are elastic, not stubborn. The world cannot just solve human rights without forbidding incentive exploration. Today you attack us, but tomorrow when you need a new fashion, you will come back to companies like ours.
Okay, thank you. Devi, take your time.
Thank you. And today, millions are waiting for affordable vaccine. If Sinovac refuses to listen, then the world will find another way. Don't think your monopoly can last forever.
Okay, NGO, take your time.
Okay, thank you. That's right. If company and hospital remain regard, civil society will resist. We will preserve government from coalition, even on global campaign. Vaccines are not for the wealthy few. They are the right of all humanity.
Thank you, NGO. Taking Union, take your time.
Thank you, Will. You can shout about morality, but the reality on the ground is this: our people need faction right now. We will not ask permission from anyone to create supplies. Health nationals is not negotiable.
Thank you, Union. UN human rights, take your time.
Thank you. And with such attitudes, the pandemic will never end. So with the national egoism, corporate greed, and with global mechanism, trap the world in a cycle of crisis. Clearly, none of you are willing to compromise.
Okay, thank you. The negotiation. Since the negotiation failed to reach consensus, we proceeded to a resolution. Starting with Sinovac, take your time.
Okay, thank you. We have listened carefully. We understand the demand for protection access, especially for low-income countries. However, let me emphasize this vaccine took years of research and massive investment. Without patent protection, the suitability of future research is as a right. Therefore, we propose our countries differentiated pricing. Developed countries will pay commercial price, while poor nations will receive a substantial price through a special scheme.
Okay, thank you, Sinovac. Devi, take your time.
Thank you, Sinovac. We see progress in this stage, but we need clarification. Is this differentiated pricing merely a discount or a true cross-subsidy system that ensures poor nations are not left behind? Gavi is ready to facilitate and even bear part of the cost, but transparency is essential. We want clear mechanism to avoid hidden discrimination.
Okay, thank you, Gavi. Silva.
Thank you. We are open to cross-subsidy mechanism. For example, part of the revenue from high-income countries will be allocated to cover the cost of careful vaccine in low-income nations. However, this must be overseen by an international body to ensure proper implementation.
Thank you, Silva. Silva.
Okay, thank you. That is a step forward, but transfer demand. In many cases, child rights do not clear the equal distribution. We demand a minimum quota of vaccine for poor countries. They must not receive leftover supply after a rich nation take their share.
Thank you, Silva.
Here we recognize NGO concerned about potential discrimination in vaccine distribution. We are prepared to prevent harm, which could severely damage victims in both use hospitals.
Thank you, Will. Allow me to respond. Accusation of hurting again us have been every-making. We are willing to open our distribution data for independent auditing. However, we must stress that domestic priority cannot be ignored. What we can promise is parallel allocation, some for national needs, some for global distribution.
Thank you. So basically for the Peking hospital, that is important. But let's remember the core principle is access to essential medicine is a human right. So under the Doha Declaration on TRIPS and public health, patients must not block access. In this resolution, alongside differentiated pricing and quotas, we also need independent monitoring to guarantee rights are upheld.
Okay, thank you. Take your time.
Okay, well, thank you from UN Human Rights for your input. We will follow that regulation to avoid misunderstanding about vaccine allocation and distribution. We agree with this option.
Professor.
I believe we have found an ethical middle ground. Sinovac's innovation is recognized, while poor nations are not left behind. But let me stress, ethics are not only about agreement on paper. Moral accountability must be followed by practical accountability. That means regular report, audit, and public transparency are essential.
Okay, thank you. UN Human Rights.
Thank you. We agreed with the professor. So basically, vaccines are a human right, just like healthcare access. We acknowledge the high cost of vaccine development and research. As an additional option, United Nations Human Rights is ready to co-finance allocation and research by working with other organizations and investors. So this is attractive, but transparency and in this distribution is crucial to ensure every nation citizen receive a vaccine. Thank you.
Thank you, Human Rights. Silva.
Thank you, Human Rights, for the option of rate. We will discuss this externally with him or company.
Thank you, Silva. Peking Union.
Okay, so we at Peking Hospital apologize if our stance has harmed some parties or reduced public trust. We know the risk, but we are ready to burn them to ensure vaccine target for our people army.
Thank you, Peking Union. CNN News. Take your time.
Thank you. Allow me to speak on behalf of the international public. The World One Proof not promise all are parties willing to publish regular public report on vaccine distribution and preaching. Will these reports be freely accessible to the media and global society?
Okay, thank you, CNN, for your question. Silva. Take your time.
If that increases public trust, we are willing to produce routine reports, perfect, sensitive research data remains protected.
Okay, thank you. Peking. Take your time.
Thank you. We fully support this. Gavi is even willing to co-publish reports with WHO to guarantee transparency.
Okay, thank you. We will also monitor and raise our voice if violation occur. Public transparency is the only way to ensure justice is not.
From WHO, the engineering agreement can be summarized as follows. 1. Differentiate pricing schemes to ensure universal access. 2. Minimum distribution quotas for low-income countries. 3. Independent audit of distribution, including Working Union, involvement, or human rights oversight mechanism in implementation. 5. Regular public reporting to maintain transparency. With this joint commitment, we ensure that innovation in humanity go hand. WHO is ready to oversee the implementation of this resolution. Human rights, check it out.
Thank you. The United Nations Human Rights Council agrees and is ready to oversee universal distribution vaccine reach their targets. We fully support this resolution. With the human rights monitoring mechanism, we affirm that vaccine access is a universal right, not a privilege to someone. Thank you.
Thank you. We agree with WHO proposed points. Differences pricing system or research, real minimum quotas and independent audits assure fairness. We only ask that research data remain protected, but distribution and pricing can be monitored transparently.
Okay, so for you, begin. NGO, take your time.
Okay, thank you. We will form minimum quotas and public. We will oversee implementation to ensure civil society first is here. For us, the most important thing is that poor countries are not the last priority.
Thank you, Devi.
Thank you. We fully support this resolution. Gavi is ready to work alongside WHO to ensure cross-subsidies function and public reports are accessible to all parties. This is a fair middle ground.
Okay, thank you, Devi. Working Union.
We accept this resolution. Independent audit will clear us of hurting accusation, and we are ready to collaborate. However, we emphasize that domestic needs must run in parallel with global distribution.
Working Union. Professor.
Thank you. This resolution balances innovation and justice, but again, morality only matters when followed by accountability. Regular public reporting is the key tool to safeguard the integrity of this agreement.
Since a resolution has been reached, we will listen to the public opinion on this matter. We invite the journalists to ask questions to these parties in this issue. CNN, take your time.
Thank you. My first question is for WHO. The public wants to know how will WHO ensure that this resolution is truly implemented and does not remain just a paper agreement.
Okay, thank you, CNN, for your question. That is a very relevant question. WHO will form a monitoring task force together with Gavi and the Human Rights Council to oversee distribution. Monthly public reports will be published and freely accessible worldwide, including to the media. Independent audits will also be involved so no one can cancel hoarding or discrimination practice.
My second question is for Sinovac. Many are worried that differentiated pricing will remain just rhetoric. Can Sinovac publicly commit in front of the international community that poor nation will indeed receive subsidy vaccine and minimum quota?
Thank you, journalists. We understand this concern. We are fully committed to implementing a cross-subsidy scheme. We are part of the profit from wealthy nation will be allocated to subsidy cap vaccine for poor nation. We also agree to minimum quotas supervised by WHO and Gavi. Data on prices and distribution will be made transparent while protecting sensitive research data.
My next question is for Gavi. How will Gavi ensure that this cross-subsidy system works effectively without disadvantaging poor countries, which often end up last in the distribution quest?
Thank you. We will serve as facilitator and global fund manager. That means part of the payments from wealthy nation will go into a pooled fund, which will then be used to supply vaccine to poor countries. In addition, we will push for parallel allocation, not a leftover system. When rich nation receive vaccine, poor nation must also get theirs at the same time.
My next question is for NGO. How will civil society monitor this agreement?
Okay, thank you for question from CNN. We will conduct independent monitoring and rights violating from the media, including CNN. We will cooperate with the civil society network in various countries to verify distribution on the ground. If there are discrimination practice or human rights violation, we will escalate the issue globally. Public transparency is our method.
Now I would like to Peking Hospital. Many accuse your hospital of hoarding vaccine. What concrete steps will you take to erase this stigma?
Thank you for your question, Janet. We are aware that this accusation damage our reputation. Therefore, we are willing to open our distribution data for independent audit. We will also allocate vaccines in parallel, some for domestic needs, some for global mechanism. With audit and public report, we believe trust can be restored.
My next question is for the Human Rights Council. You emphasize human rights in vaccine distribution. How can you ensure that the Dawn Declaration truly serves as a foundation, not just a political symbol?
Alright, thank you for your question. So, we will ensure the Doha Declaration in enforced through the human rights monitoring mechanism in its resolution. So, each distribution report will be evaluated not only technically but also from a human rights perspective. Whenever there is discrimination, whether the universal right to health is upheld. If there are serious violations, we will recommend the international action, including diplomatic pressure.
Thank you for all the answer. On behalf of the public, we appreciate the transparency shown on this issue.
Okay, thank you, Senator, for your request. This discussion shows that the international public also monitoring. With pressure from civil society and media, we are confident this commitment will be carried out. The COVID-25 pandemic can only end if unity is placed above narrow interests. Thank you. Since negotiation and resolution agreements and commitments have been made and questions from the media have been answered, we will now proceed to the closing. Thank you for your participation to the office present. Okay, Gavi.
Thank you. Thank you. Today we have shown that global solidarity is not just an ideal but a necessity. Gavi is committed to ensuring fair vaccine distribution so that no country is left behind in protecting its people. This understanding is the first step toward health justice.
Okay, thank you. We appreciate the open and all parties. However, we will continue to monitor implementation to ensure that humanitarian principles are not compromised. Vaccine must be available for everyone, not just for those who can buy.
Okay, thank you. Union, take your time.
Thank you, Will. We welcome the clarification and shared understanding research here. Peking Hospital is committed to maintaining transparent distribution while ensuring domestic needs are met without neglecting global responsibilities.
UN Human Rights.
Thank you. So today we reaffirm that the right to health is a human right. The agreement we reach must be rooted in that principle, and we will continue to use to ensure that innovation and human rights remain in harmony. Thank you.
Thank you, Human Rights. Professor.
Thank you. This dialogue proves that true progress comes from balancing morality and science. I hope the commitment expressed here will be fully realistic, so history will record that we chose justice in the midst of crisis.
Thank you, Prof. We appreciate the dedication of all parties. Today, agreement shows that despite different interests, commitment to global health can unite us. WHO